What is going on, everyone? It is me, Natsu here, and we are back with some more Dokkan battle. So today I just want to discuss the Gamma 1 and 2 banner, whether or not you should summon on this banner. It should look the same on global, and then just talk about the upcoming months on the JP version specifically. The global version, well, kind of touch on that as well, but as a JP player, and I'm sure, you know, the banners out on the JP version, we'll be focusing a little bit on the upcoming months for JP, but this should be a general guide of whether or not you should summon for the Gamma 1 and 2 banner, whether or not you're on global or JP. So let's hop right into it. The Gamma 1 and 2 banner here is actually a pretty solid banner overall. I did do summons on it. If you want to check it out, the video's up. Pretty good summons, I feel like, overall, but we know how good these two are. They could be argued as number 1 and 2 in the game, in my personal opinion. I think as people use these guys more and they see more gameplay, they'll see what I'm talking about. But these two are absurd. Great leader skills, great kit. They are perfect partners for each other. You have to keep in mind, though, if you do summon on this banner, one thing is that you need both. They come together. You don't, for Gamma 1, you don't need them as much. You don't need Gamma 2 as much. For Gamma 2, you definitely need this guy. But they're at their best. They're that top level once they're together. They're so good without each other, but you really want to get them, right? I mean, they're the partnership. It's Gamma 1 and 2, right? The rest of this banner, tech androids are actually still pretty good. I would feel there could be a better spot for them right now in the meta. They don't have like that team to make them go full power like they can. But I think their Ghost Usher is just way too valuable. It's kind of like PyCon. They have orb changing, sealing Ghost Ushers. They do a lot, and they're just overall a pretty fun unit. They have the notification, so against like Ki Blast events where the enemy's doing a Ki Blast super attack, they're very good. This guy, I don't even have to speak about him. Very, very strong unit still. Tech Gohan is going to age incredibly well. Just even in like a year from now, he's still going to be very viable. These three right here. So I know a lot of people looked at these three specific and they're like, God, this banner sucks. And I think the banner's actually not that bad. These four are still very strong and viable units in today's like current difficult contents. These three are actually very close to getting easy A's. Actually, let me bring up the list real quick. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so here's a list right there. My mic was muted, but you can see that they're actually pretty close on getting easy A's. Is there a way I can zoom in here without it like getting too close like that? Okay. Look, Broly right here, he is basically what, if I have my maths correctly, 8th-ish in line, right? Which, you look at all these units that Easy A that came out after Broly. This guy and Gogeta, they're not too far from getting their Easy A. Piccolo, he came up before STR Cooler. He was right after Namek and Goku in terms of T-Wars. 13 was a Dokkan Fest right after Cooler, right? No, I thought Future Gon was after Cooler. That's weird. Well, 13 was in December. Yeah, because this was, yeah, this is December of that year. So, either way, 13 was not too far off after Cooler. Yeah, this guy was November. They put it in the wrong order, but this guy is a Dokkan Fest after Future Gohan, which, you know, obviously very, very close to each other. So, these three Easy A's, you know, we can get like especially 13 and Piccolo. These guys, very close to getting Easy A's, because I would expect whenever we get like Dokkan Festival Orange Piccolo, this guy would Easy A. We're gonna get tons of androids buffs. Maybe this guy Easy Ace when we get Cell Max or something in the game. Very, very likely. Broly hasn't been represented, Dragon Ball Super Broly specifically, at all, really. I mean, we have this guy, we have the Fury Broly that came out together, and then we have the Broly Trio, and then that's it, right? I mean, can you even count the Broly Trio? We need a new Dragon Ball Super, like, full power Broly, right? So, I think the banner has a lot of value in it, for sure. I would still say skip though, and there's really one reason for it is obviously if you're gonna summon, you're summoning for the Gammas, right? That's the biggest thing about it. Whenever it comes with these collab characters, they always return very quickly. At least, you know, when it comes to like, you know, the anime or the movie, right? I would say let's take a look at the actual like prime examples when the anime was going on. We have Physical Goku Black. We see he came out on his original banner October 20th. Then he returns a month later, November 17th, on Age of Rose banner. So very quick turnaround, literally the next banner, right? Age of Rose here, you see he came out initially on November 17th, that banner we just talked about. Then he returns on New Year's. So literally, basically a month after, he was on the New Year's Dokkan Festival banner. Now you may be like, well, that doesn't really count. It's not an actual banner, quote unquote, which I guess. But even then, he was on the second anniversary banner. So if you want to be like that, he returned, what, 3 months after he came out? That's pretty fast. Physical Vegeta Blue. He came out on his initial banner. Then he came back with the Trunks and Zamasus, right? Even Trunks and Zamasu, right? If you take a look at their banners when they returned, they obviously, Trunks returned 3 months later on the Super Saiyan 3 Goku banner. That's the wrong one. Fusion Zamasu returned, I believe, on the, not the anniversary banner, it's the Cooler banner, which is also 3 months later, right? Both of them in March. So the new units returned very, very, very quickly. And you know what I should also do? I should have brought this up, Broly, and then Dragon Ball Super Gogeta. Dude, there's so many tabs I've opened here. Goodness gracious. Okay, this is Zamasu. Could I go to Realm of Gods? We gotta bring up the Gogeta Blue here, and I actually want to see when they returned, because they're also obviously movie characters. Where is he? Blue Gogeta. I might blinds. He came after Tech Vegeta Blue. I can't see apparently. Let me find him. Okay, so I'm dumb. I was looking for Blue Gogeta, not Super Saiyan Gogeta, but how fast did these guys return? They came back for the Golden Week celebration, right? So yeah, that's based like more modern, I guess. New Year's units always return for the Golden Week celebration here, which again, that is like, if we take a look at the two banners specifically, right? So he came out December 26th, and then he returns April 26th. That's a very quick turnaround, right? Point in case, these units always return very quickly between, you know, their initial banner and then when they actually return. So that's a really big deal I feel like people have to consider. These Gammas, I would anticipate that we're going to start getting a lot of superhero stuff. My prediction, personally, New Year's is going to be superhero. And we're just going to see these Gammas, both of them return on each of the banners. This is the best chance to get both of them at once, I guess, because they're on the banner together. Whereas on New Year's, they'll probably be separated on one banner each, right? Gamma 1 could be with Gohan and Gamma 2 with Piccolo, which, you know, if that's going to be what it is, that would make a lot of sense because that's who they fought, right? And they'd be very, very strong returning units on those banners for sure. And I'm sure New Year's with like 3+1, possible discounts on global, tickets on global maybe, you know, if we're talking about the global version as well. That's going to be very strong with those like crazy amount of sales, the amount of stones you get saved for them. That's really hard to consider. And then again, if we just take a look at the future of what JP can expect to see, this is basically like around the time Trunks came out, right? We should see the next Dokkan Festival, right? Well, this is more so like Count Caulifla, but we actually didn't get a World Tournament here. That's really weird, but we see Trunks is here. We should get a next Dokkan Festival probably around this week time frame, right? The sales end on the 29th, so I'd assume like maybe just around here we should see the next Dokkan Festival banner to come out. The Gammas leave on the 4th, so I guess the 5th could be the best option. It's just weird that there's a week without sales with the banner stuff, but whatever. If we take a look next, we have Heroes. I'm sure many people want to summon for Heroes, and it actually might be like a 4D chess brain move if you want to skip this banner and summon on the Heroes banner, because these units are likely going to be very good. You know, like Xenopan is still very useful now. You know, if you take a look here, especially Xenopan is very useful now. I think you can get away with using Rebel. God Trunks in situations it can be really good. These two age extremely well as well. You know, we have some of these Super Saiyan 4s getting their EZAs, Awakenings. These groupings of characters should get their EZAs, so that's very, very exciting as well. So I understand if you want to summon on Heroes, that makes a lot of sense. We have this December Dokkan Festival, which I think is also probably skippable, same with like this upcoming Dokkan Fest we get. We have this banner right here. I just want to bring it up because this is a double rates banner with an LR featured. I assume this will be a Carnival banner. Well, obviously going to be a Carnival banner. I feel this could be a Carnival LR. So that's something you guys have to think about as well. We could be seeing a Carnival LR in December on a double rates banner. And then maybe like one of the Super Saiyan Goku or Metal Cooler returning. That would be just absolutely wild. Right? That could be really good. And then if we take a look here next, again, New Year's is what I'm talking about here in JP. This could just be Superhero Gohan and Superhero Orange Piccolo, and then Gamma's return here. Very, very likely. Then we have the New Year's type of banner. You have to keep that in mind as well. Even on Global, the New Year's type of banner. And even on Global, if we're talking about, again, Global again, these, like, New Year's, for example, Blue Gogeta, he came out in December 26th on JP. Then he came out in, like, what, February 17th-ish on the Global version, around there. So these could have a quick turnaround if they're superhero. Very, very quick even. What if it's even same time, right? Global schedule is weird. Again, we have this step up banner that's gonna have guaranteed LRs. It's gonna go all the way up to what, Dokkan Fest Pan, right? So you're gonna have units like Ginyu on there, and stuff like that. It's crazy because we're gonna have that banner in a few months, and it's like we're gonna have the Gammas, Kid Goku, whatever these next two Dokkan Fest are, they're just clearing some of these units like on a new tier. It's pretty absurd. And then the 8th anniversary, I mean, we don't know what that's gonna be. It could, I guess, be Superhero 2, right? It's not out of the realm of possibility. I wouldn't expect it though, because I'm assuming that it's gonna be like Superhero should be returning or very close on both versions. I don't think they're gonna wait like 6 months, like, you know, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, Dokkan Fest LRs, and JP in January. Then Global gets them all the way in July. It's very odd. I don't think they would do that, or at least I wouldn't anticipate them to do that, but we'll see. I just wanted to make a video on this. Very, very, like, you know, it's not really necessarily like, should you exactly summon for Gamma 1 or 2, but more so, you know, what's upcoming, but it's both of them. So let me know what you guys think. If you summoned, I wish you had good luck. Let me know what you guys got if you did summon, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.